Yo, Ben, we need some more of these Acomis.
Please, bro, please. EOD, if possible.
Yep.
Because we have an episode going tomorrow where we talk very highly of Omi, and I wouldn't be surprised if that caused some traction.
Let's go.
Omi a wagon.
Let's go.
We have news that Logan Paul actually did a pump and dump on the Omi token based on some information from CoffeeZilla. So let's just talk all about what's going on, my thoughts on it. There's some nuances to this situation, so let's just get right into all of them. Before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know a few things about me. Okay, I got into Omi before Logan Paul. I got into Omi before Logan Paul told you guys to buy Omi. I also told my channel that I was selling my Omi token when it hit the top around the time that Logan Paul dropped his Omi videos. CoffeeZilla dropped this video about 3 days ago where he said he's exposing Logan Paul and Dylan Danis. So Dylan Danis and Logan Paul, did you guys watch that? You guys watch that stuff? Anyways, so Logan Paul, we all seen this clip of Logan Paul where he's on his podcast and then he goes, Omi, and he's all excited about Omi.
OMI, I think, is like another one.
Bro.
Fuck. Am I good?
What are you saying? You have the same weird little coins that no one's ever heard of yet as me.
Let's go.
You have Omi?
Yeah, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
I bought a bunch of that because I like that one. Pokemon.
Y'all definitely talked about this.
No, on my
so
kids, yo.
Because I got in.
We talked about this on the channel when it actually happened. Now, what we do have from CoffeeZilla, shout out to him, hopefully he don't care if I use this footage, is the footage of Logan Paul and one of his buddies saying, hey, Ben, I guess who's their over-the-counter partner who had a lot of Omi that he was selling to a lot of influencers, allegedly, that they were buying the Omi tokens from him. So in the video, we can see that Logan Paul and his buddy are hitting him up and saying, hey, we're going to mention it on the podcast. We get text message of them saying, hey, we're going to mention it on the podcast. So we want to buy as much as we can before we mention it on the podcast. Now, I just want to say like this, that is, if you're really excited about a token, it's hard to say that you can't buy it yourself and then also talk about what you like on a podcast. But when you do it like this and you say, hey, we know that it's going to pump, which they say it in the video.
Yep.
Because we have an episode going tomorrow where we talk very highly of Omi, and I wouldn't be surprised if that caused some traction.
Then it becomes bad. It becomes actually illegal. You actually can't do that. So that's bad for the overall tone of this entire conversation, and that's bad for Logan Paul and his audience. So this is why you have to be very picky and stuff with the influencers that you listen to. If they're always exciting you about a project, you want to take a second look, or maybe just keep them around, but find somebody with the alternate opinion and always hear what they have to say. I'm usually letting you guys know what I like and the things that I don't like about it, and that's what we'll, whatever. So a little bit of backtrack, let's talk about Omi itself. Now, do I think Omi's a scam? No, I don't think Omi's a scam. Do I think Omi had anything to do with this? No. And do I think Logan Paul pumped and dumped this token on his community? Yes. Do I think he pumped and dumped the entire Omi token? No, because there was too much volume for Logan Paul's little audience to pump that token. A lot of that volume was also coming from overseas and stuff like that. Like, a lot of people in the United States couldn't even get their hands on the Omi token, and I don't even think those people watch Logan Paul. But let's just look at some data. So I pulled up the Omi token right here on, I hate Bitforex. Now, Bitforex was the only exchange that you can buy Omi on back in the day. Now, from the clip, what we see is there's two important dates that we got to pay attention to, right? First, it's not even an exact date. We just have to pay attention to some price action that was pointed out in the video. Now, what is interesting is when that clip of Omi dropped, Logan Paul told the people to buy that token. It's only 0.003. Pretty interesting, because anybody who bought that token, actually, when Logan Paul told you to buy it, you actually had a 300% gain. So that was actually kind of good for his audience. The problem is he didn't tell his audience to sell. So he had, he has to tell his audience to, when he's going to unload his tokens. At least I think that is the proper thing to do. If you are excited about a coin and you're genuinely excited about it, then you have to let your audience know, when you're going to sell that token, just to be cool with your audience. Like, yo, you told me to get in this and now you jumped out. Like, let me know you jumped out. Because that's the way that I look at it with a genuine influencer. A genuine influencer is going to treat his channel like, hey, I'm talking to my friends. I want to see my friends winning in crypto like I'm winning in crypto, and that's how I'm going to present this information to you. So when I buy, I'm going to let you know when I buy, and when I sell, I'm going to let you know when I sell, and even when I sell, I'll let you know why I sold and if I think that it could even come back. So looking right here, we see that. So in this video, CoffeeZilla is, saying, hey, he pumped the price right here at 0.003. Price went up. Anybody who bought at that point in time, I guess they had a chance to earn 400% actually. 4x your money. Now, when we zoom out to what actually happened, which is what he showed in his video, we see a scenario more like this, where the price actually went down from there. Now, like I was saying, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit. I do think Logan Paul's a scammer, but this is around the time that everything double topped and everything started going down, and this is around the time, in these couple days right here, where every influencer was getting excited about this OMI token and the Ecomi token. When we take a look at the actual data, though, we can see that the price was already going for a double top at this point. Now, the reason why I'm looking at this date right here, this is the date March 30th, 2021. In this video, CoffeeZilla explains that when he dropped this video, the new impulsive podcast, Chase Hero, from broke to millionaire in 14 days, watch or bankruptcy. And he's saying, hey, this guy was trying to pump this coin. I haven't watched this video, but saying from broke to millionaire looks like that they're talking about getting in before this. Okay, they're talking about getting in when the price was before it pumped. Let me bring back up talk about getting in down here or down here, because that's that's the price action that it had. So in order for him to become a millionaire in 14 days, he would have to have bought in before Logan Paul talked about it. Now, do I think this Logan Paul maybe brought this guy on the podcast to try to pump his OMI bags some more? You know what I mean? Probably. I'm not gonna lie, probably. So from there, the price did go up, but around this point in time, there was so much volume in the OMI token that I'm not sure if that little video by Logan Paul is what pushed it to go up and do its double top that it was going to do in the first place, just like the rest of the market. So let's recap a little bit. So Logan Paul told everybody, buy this OMI token at 0.003. That's when they had the podcast in question. That's the one where he's with his boy and he calls another homie and says, we want to buy some OMI for you for cheap because we're going to pump it on the podcast. So he bought that OMI token. The OMI token pumped to $1 billion market cap, which I don't think was the result of Logan Paul dropping his podcast video. It added to the excitement that was already there. Yes, you can go and watch your favorite OMI YouTubers, and we were like, oh, dope, Logan Paul's talking about OMI. But there was already big things happening with OMI before Logan Paul just got in there and tried to pull his little $1 million pump and dump or whatever he tried to do. So just some interesting things to talk about with that. So do I think that it's okay for Logan Paul to tell his audience, hey, we're buying this, and then behind the scenes they're buying it and then they're trying to get in before they drop the video? Yeah, that stuff is kind of illegal, but the fact that they actually had a chance to make some money since he talked about it, can't really fault him on there. You can fault him on this though. You can kind of say, hey, he was still pumping this token, when it was already going down. But I think he made 300%, for sure, off of from when he got in. Do I think you know, what CoffeeZilla said is true, that, you know, they told you guys to buy on the first, and then because of that the price went down and everybody he scammed people out of their money in that way. That's a bit of a stretch because the price was already doing that, whether Logan Paul told his people to buy it or not. And you can look at 17,000 other tokens and see that they all did the same thing around the same period in time. So hey, Logan Paul's a scammer. You know, I think when people are calling out scammers, they kind of go for this sensationalism a little bit too much, and sometimes that it kind of rubs people the wrong way about what's going on. Maybe they might say, hey, OMI token is a scam itself. Maybe they might think that you know, Logan Paul was working with the OMI team, or even they might think that Logan Paul had, you know, because of that, this is why the token dumped, when there's a lot more things going on with crypto, with liquidity, with just the way that the market works, that kind of lets you know that it's pretty far-fetched to say that he pumped the token up and then he pumped the token down. In fact, most of the gains in the OMI token were made before Logan Paul even heard about it. So he was also exit liquidity for people like me. So let me know what you guys think in this video. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed to the channel. Think positive and positive things will happen. RIP to crypto roots, and remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Till next time, peace.
That's the coin that, should the infrastructure and the model pop in the way that I think it will, because it's based on the VV NFTs, who has IP out the fucking ass. Because that's where I think this NFT, I do believe it is a little bit of a bubble right now, but I believe the ones that will power through will be based around IP.
Correct.
IP. And the ones they have are crazy.